This is Sunbelt Conference Baseball on ESPN+. We're tonight from Tomlinson Stadium in Jonesboro, Arkansas. We've got in-state action between the A-State Red Wolves and the Bears of UCA. This ball is hit on a hop and past Patrick Inskove into left center field for a two-out base hit. And he turns on the first pitch he sees and hits it out to left, and that is out of here into the UCA bullpen. And that two-out base runner immediately comes back to bite the Red Wolves as Runcic gets his fifth home run. It's 2-0 UCA.
Yeah, first pitch slider, and Colin Maloney hangs it. He spins it up there, and you'll see on the replay to where it's almost center. But yeah, you'll see this in spin up, and he really just barrels it up, playing in the bat perfectly. You know, hitting into a little bit of a breeze, but you could sneak one out of here down the lines.
Starting to get used to seeing the four-man crew in Sunbelt action, but there's a strikeout on 3 pitches to end it for UCA, but not before the Bears get 2 runs on two-out hits, including the home run by Jack Runcic. Threw him behind the plate. And he hits this one out to left field. That's going to hang up for Keaton Laidley, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the first for J.B. Williams, thanks to a couple of nifty plays at third by Jack Runcic. He tries to do what UCA did in the first, and that's extend the inning with 2 outs. And he hits it on the ground over to Lane Walton, who fields it, and Colin Maloney bounces back from the back-to-back 2-out hits in the first to work a quick top half of the second. 3-2 pitch headed home for the A-State shortstop, and he's going to draw ball 4 to give the Red Wolves their first base runner. The 1-0 with Inskove on the move, and that goes to the backstop. Trying to see if it hit Cook, but it didn't. It just got by everybody, and now Inskove's in scoring position.
Yeah, that was an outstanding jump. Runner at second base. It's a great jump to get in scoring position with 2 outs.
And that ball is hit over the pitcher, then off the glove of the second baseman, and it's going to get A-State on the board with 2 outs. Inskove was moving all the way. He comes around to score to cut the UCA lead in half. And that's a 4-pitch walk to load the bases, and it turns the lineup over to Ashton Quiller. Bases full of Red Wolves. The 1-1 is hit on a hop over to Runcic, who's able to field it and step on the bag to end things for Arkansas State, but the Red Wolves get a run on a couple of hits, leave the bases loaded. That ball is going to be looped over the infield and drop in very shallow center for a leadoff base hit.
Just to try to see if he can time him.
Now he takes off. Martinez has the throw go past Walton, but it's backed up by Quiller, and that'll keep Goodshield at second, where he's in scoring position with 1 out. 2-2. That's going to get hit into left center field on the run. McLaughlin lays out and makes the catch. Goodshield scurries back to second, but what a grab by Joey McLaughlin.
You can see he actually attacks exactly where the ball's going to end up. Catches it right above the grass. That is a phenomenal web gem.
Another 3-2. Hit on the ground into left field. Goodshield's going to be sent around. 2-out RBI. Every run we've seen scored so far in the game has been with 2 outs, and UCA is back on top by a couple. The 1 is hit past Cougar Cook down the left field line. Shadow is going to get around second into third on a 2-out double. Runcic is 2 for 2 with a couple of extra base hits. And now he hits it out to center. Quiller reaches up and didn't catch it. And that's going to end up bringing a couple of runs in. So UCA again makes the most of new life. And all of a sudden the Bears have put a 3 spot up to lead it 5-1. Here's a grounder over to Inskove, who will go the short way to the bag at second. And that'll do it for UCA, but not before the Bears get 3 runs on 3 hits total.
All weekend, yeah.
There's a 1-out walk to Martinez. This ball is hit out to right, drifting back and up at the wall, leaping, and that is into the A-State bullpen for a home run off the bat of Evan Griffiths, his 7th of the year. RBIs 34 and 35, and with a swing of the bat, the Red Wolves cut the lead in half.
Yeah, he got an 88-mile-an-hour fastball that was up in the zone. He went the other way with it, did a nice job of leading with his hands and going the other way. And like I talked about, you can sneak the ball out of here right field and left field. And that ball just kept floating and kept floating and kept floating right over the top of right fielder Mark Ross. And you'll see it hits right off the top of the wall, right off the top of the fence and bouncing into the bullpen there.
J.B. Williams now the next is hit into left field, laying out and making a dynamic catch of his own is Keaton Laidley, taking away extra bases from Inskov and closing out the book on A-State here in the third. But the Red Wolves get a couple of runs back on the Evan Griffiths home run. It's 5-3 Bears. Here is a grounder backhanded off the bat of Shipley by Inskov. Wow. Long throw, and it's one pitch, one out. That's how the fourth gets underway. First of a 5-game homestand for Arkansas State. Now that one is hit left side. Cook cuts it off, throws on the run, and that is a 1-2-3. Top of the fourth for Jellivander Lely. All Allen's done in his 2 starts as Cougar Cook barrels one up to the gap. He's going to get cut off just ahead of the wall. He is on his horse and sliding in for a leadoff double.
That is giving these kids an opportunity to push everybody. Everybody in the dugout has an opportunity, and everybody's getting pushed.
4-pitch walk to Musto, so now 2 on with nobody out. The 0-2, and he turns on that one and hits it hard out to right. That is off the right fielder's glove up against the wall. Cougar Cook is going to get held up. The bases are going to be loaded with nobody out. What turns out to be a long, loud single for Joey McLaughlin.
Oh, Ashton Quiller not able to stay back and drive it the other way. That's going to be an RBI.
Yeah, and Walton gets hit with the first pitch, so Cougar Cook will come in to score. So at the bare minimum, A-State cashes in on the leadoff double. And that hit it.
Yep, slider.
Back-to-back HBPs with the bases loaded, as Musto comes across to tie it at 5.
So I would think fastball here.
And he hit him. 3 straight hit batters with the bases loaded, and A-State takes its first lead.
Well, he did go to his fastball, but it ran on him so much. I mean, that's just an unbelievable amount of lateral movement.
The 1-2 hit on the ground and through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Martinez. He's going to score on the throw. Campbell's moving up to second. He drives in a couple, and it's 8-5 A-State. Inskov hits it to the second baseman. The throw is coming home, and they drop the ball. So that's going to allow Griffiths to scurry back in, and it's now 9-5 A-State.
Well, Arkansas State going on contact there. Now they have first and third with 1 out.
There goes Inskov, and he's going to move up without a throw. He steals another bag. It's second and third for Cook, who's 2 for 2. Another 1-2. And that gets past the catcher all the way to the backstop, and another run is going to score. The 7th A-State run of this inning, and it's now a 10-5 Red Wolves lead.
You know, that hit the glove.
Now here's a ball on the right side. That's knocked down by the first baseman, and they don't get an out. Another run comes across the score. It's now 11-5, and Cook is aboard again. There he goes. The throw is played off a hop that was too high, and now Cougar Cook swipes his second bag of the night.
He gets a good jump. Oh, wow.
Musto hits that over the shortstop. 102 off the bat. Cook comes around to score the 9th run of the inning for Arkansas State. It is 12-5. There goes the runner again, and this ball is hit into left field for a base hit by Joey McLaughlin. His second hit of the inning. First and second, still only 1 out for the Red Wolves.
You know, we'll watch this here in a second. I was just fixing to say, this is about to be the 8th runner on base in front of Ashton Quiller tonight, and he doesn't get an opportunity for redemption.
A little bit of everything. The 1-2, and that's hit past everybody and into right center field. Here come a couple of more runs. Those are the 10th and 11th runs of the inning. Lane Walton's 2-run single makes it 14-5. The 0-2 gets to the backstop, and here comes the 12th run of the inning as Quiller crosses the plate, and it's 15-5. And that ball is hit into left field off the bat of Martinez. Walton is going to come in. Here's the throw, not in time. Martinez moves up on the throw. He gets it on the act with another RBI. It's 16-5. The last double-digit inning A-State had was an 11-run eighth against Troy back on April 8th, 2023. This ball hit to the shortstop, and the play is made for out number 2. Martinez gets to third, and here comes Kason Campbell. So the Red Wolves went an entire trip through the lineup as there's an RBI base hit for Campbell. They went from the leadoff hitter one trip through the lineup to the cleanup hitter the next trip through without an out.
But I don't know that I've ever seen this many runs scored in an inning.
And there is another hit, this one by Inscove. It's first and second, still with 2 outs as the hits keep on coming for A-State. And he turns and ropes this one into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. A-State is going to send the other runner across. Cougar Cook picks up 2 more RBIs on his 3rd hit of the night. My goodness. The 2-2.
Biggest strikeout in the season.
It comes to a close, but not before the Red Wolves score 16 runs on 10 hits. It was Brandon Baxter's birthday when we started the 4th. I don't know if it is anymore, but the Red Wolves take the lead plus some as we head to the 5th.
Listen, you can't bring somebody in 40 minutes after for arm health.
And there's Allen down the line. That drops fair into the left field corner. So Zeb Allen is going to turn and now go back with a leadoff double.
Well, one of the things I'm sure Mike Silva has already about, he's probably queued up.
And now this is going to drop into center. Allen will hold up. They're at the corners with nobody out. A couple of hits for UCA. So make sure you keep hold of this game by the goozle here. And here's a ground ball slowly hit over to second. And Walton's able to juggle it long enough to get the play. Now a run's going to come across the score, so Shadow brings Allen home. 3-2. And that is hit into right field for a base hit. Parker Gwynn is going to come around to score on an RBI single by Keaton Laidley, and it's now 19-7 Red Wolves. 5 for 42 on the season. It's a 1.619 average. He hits this one out to right. Evan Griffiths reaches up and squeezes the 3rd out of the inning. UCA does come back with 2 runs on 3 hits. And he hits it a mile high into center field. Going in to make the grab is the center fielder, Sam Reynolds.
And string at bats together, that's been the difference.
Strike 3 gets away from Martinez, so Adams is going to reach.
Ball outside there. Cole Turner lets that one get away from him.
And those of you watching at home as well, as that ball is going to get down for a base hit. They'll hold the runner up to load the bases with 1 out.
And you playing for that, I mean, obviously you want to keep it there, and ball's hit deep. Warning track.
Yeah, all the way to the edge of the warning track. That's going to bring a run across. And the runner at second moves to third.
They continue to fight here.
There goes the runner from first. The throw not in time, so now it's second and third. 3-1 with 2 on 2 outs. And he walked him to load the bases. The 1-strike pitch. And that's going to get down for a base hit into right field. 2 runs are going to come in to score, and UCA now is within 9.
That was hit well, too.
This one is going to hold up off the bat of Laidley. It's going to be caught by Ashton Quiller, but UCA gets 3 runs on a couple of hits. 3-2. Popped up on the infield. It's the first baseman Shadow who grabs it. Now do it for the Red Wolves, who go in order. As another 3-2 is on the corner for strike 3, and that'll do it as Houston Tomlinson puts up a 0. And if this game is going to be short and the Red Wolves are going to need to walk it off with a run. The 3-2 pitch.
There it is.
There's a leadoff walk. And he hits that up the middle for a base hit. Cook is going to round second and dig for third. And A-State has him at the corners with 1 out. And Ashton Quiller coming up here.
You're putting Ashton Quiller on to load the bases in front of one of the most talented hitters on this lineup.
The 3-1. And that is going to do it as it drops and goes by for a base hit. That will bring Cougar Cook in for the walk-off run. Lane Walton's 4th RBI of the night gives A-State a 20-10 victory.
Well, what a huge professional at bat. I was really hoping to see that. You've seen the growth of Lane Walton, not trying to do too much. It's a prime example of what Mike Silva sees in him as a leader and an unbelievable talent. He keeps his hands back and goes the other way with the game on the line. What a wild and woolly ball game, 20-10.